Hey everyone, today I will be showing you how I made these two fabulous throne slash boss chairs. First, I started off with a sketch on how I wanted my chairs to look. Then I made the pattern, made sure it was to scale to my doll. Then traced the pattern onto wood. I'm using 1/2 inch thick MDF board, but you can also use 1/2 inch thick project foam. I'm going to cut out my pieces, which is my back, my base seat, and my two arms. I'm using a jigsaw and a vise to hold my wood. If you have a scroll saw, you can use that too. If you're using foam, you can use an X-Acto knife or a sharp utility knife. I use my table saw to cut out my seat base and the arms, since it's just straight lines. Once all my pieces were cut, I got an empty aluminum foil roll. I use these rolls because I find them to be just the right size for the arm of the chair, and they're much more sturdier. I cut about 1/4 of the roll out and used the other 3/4. Of course, cut out 2 for each arm, and the tube needs to be about 1/2 an inch longer than the arm length. Glue batter around the back. Found this car seat cover from the thrift store for a couple of dollars, and it's so fluffy and I love the print. So I decided to use this since I wanted an African vibe type chair. This fabric is extremely thick and flexible. Placed my pattern onto the fabric and traced it out, leaving some seam allowance. The red fabric is velvety and soft, and it's extremely unforgiving to work with. Make sure you iron out your wrinkles in whatever fabric that you use. Cut out the fabric. Now this is where we sew the edges closed, but my sewing machine is currently acting up, and I don't feel like sewing this by hand. So we're going to use hot glue and crazy glue to close this baby. Make sure you are gluing inside out. Do glue one side all the way and the other side 1/4 of the way so you can get the back piece in unless it's a stretchy fabric. With the arms, wrap the batter around the arms using hot glue. Then I used a heavy-duty stapler to staple the batter down at the crease of the arm. This will give me a little groove that I'll add the hot glue on and press the fabric down onto it with a metal ruler, which will create a permanent crease in the fabric. Cut off all your excess fabric, but still leave enough to cover the back and to create the front of the arm. Create the front of the arm by tucking in the excess fabric into the roll, overlapping it with each other, and creating a nice front seam in the front by folding the edge over. Use your hot glue and crazy glue to manipulate this area. Fluff was added to inside the roll all the way to push it to the end for volume. With the tiger fabric, no batter was really needed for the arm since the fabric was so thick, but it was the same process of tucking the extra fabric inside the roll and folding it to get a nice clean front. Cut out a long strip of fabric and cover all around the edge of the seat base. The top and the bottom seat doesn't need to be covered. For the red chair, I've used a stapler to hold the strip of fabric down. Then I cut out a part of the back that will be connecting to the back. This will make it easier for me to drill in my screws. started to use my nail gun to assemble the chair, but then that broke down on me too. So we're gonna have to screw the chair together. Always begin by pre-drilling your hole, then drill in your screws. I'm using 1.5-inch screws. Use grippers and hot glue to hold your pieces together to drill in your screws. The rolled part of the arm should overlap to the back of the chair. If it's too long, then it needs to be cut. Screw in your base seat to your back, then your arms to your base seat, and then to your back. I added more batter to the front and back of both chairs. Then I pulled the fabric really tight in the back at the bottom using the staple to hold it down. Now I also did this to the front, cutting out excess fabric and then just manipulating the fabric to fit the contour of the chair. I used the hammer to really secure those staples in place. I pulled the fabric really tight on the sides, also stapling it to the back. I really took my time to cover the back and the back of the arms with the back cover. Once again, complete the inside of the chair by pulling, tucking, and stapling.
I use monofilament line to tighten and secure my corner edges.
Next, I completed the seat cushion for the chair by gluing a piece of cardboard the size of the cushion seat onto the cushion and then wrapping the fabric around it. I used these chair tips I found on clearance at Lowe's. I spray painted them black. Now this part is optional, but this is what brings the chair to life. Adding the details. You can use anything you want. I found these lion earrings at the hair supply stores and thought they would be a perfect fit for this project. I'm also going to use gold furniture nail heads to the bottom of the tiger chair and to the front of the red chair. I'm using black cardstock to cover the bottom of my chair. Glue or nail in your legs. For the red chair, I added gold trim to the side of the chair and the seat cushion to hide my seams and to give it a more opulent look. The legs were found at Joann's, which happened to be bronze, but I spray painted them gold. I also added nail heads to the front of the seat.
Which one of these throne/boss chairs did you guys like the most? The red one or the tiger one? Comment down below and let me know.
Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also push on that notification bell so you guys can know when the next tutorials are uploaded. Until next time, bye!